right, and welcome to another great episode of Real Life Matters. I'm your host, DBoss. Please, before you start the episode, go take out your phones, your device, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, like the guests, follow them, support them, because we're doing our very best during this time. And I know it's in the holiday season, and to support you guys and entertain you during the holidays. But anyways, I have a very special guest today. And if you guys are old school like me, and I love R&B, funk, soul, and if you don't know who this man is, he was a big part of everybody's that generation and is still standing today. So anyways, no other further ado, I introduce to you legendary Orange Juice
Oh,
Jones.
hey, what's happening, baby? Orange juice jumps. So, how you doing, D-Boss?
I'm
What's up,
okay,
baby?
you?
What's I'm cool, baby. It's me, Orange Juice Jones, locally loved, nationally known, internationally recognized, which means I'm respected and accepted all over the world. How
Yes,
you
you
doing?
are.
How you doing, baby?
I'm okay. And who's your little friend
This is King.
there?
This is my daughter's animal, man. She went out to get something done, taking care of some business, and he gets a little lonely, so he jumped up here. I hope you don't mind enjoying us for a little while, you know. So
Well,
he's
he's
cool though. He's
keeping you
cool.
he's
He's
keeping
cool.
you good company though. He's
Yeah,
very good.
he's crazy cool. He's real cool. Yeah, yeah.
So Orange, can you tell everybody where you come from and your
From you,
background?
from everywhere, baby. I'm the beginning of all this here. Not but from Houston. I was in Houston, born in Houston, but raised in New York. I came up here and I grew up with me and Curtis Blow. Uh, Grew up together, and a bunch of cats in hip hop that they weren't anybody then, but they became, icons. But I was in college in Houston, and he came down. And he said, "Man, come up back to New York and get down with me, man. I got a friend of mine, Russell Simmons. You gonna love him? He's a cool cat. He got a little thing going on called Def Jam, and come get down." And I said, "Okay." So I went up on like a spring break, to just to check it out, and we started hanging out, and one thing led to another. And I just found myself in the studio, So it was like that. It wasn't nothing planned, It's just something sort of just happened. It's that God doing this thing.
So
Because
how was it working with Curtis Blow?
it was
And
cool. It was real cool. It, I mean, the whole experience. Looking back, as far as the music, aspect of my life, it's been really uh, what's the word? Enlightening, inspiring, I guess. I've done a lot of things, but I think that looking back, if I had, um, I love the music, but I was at the time when I was getting into music, I was studying. I was going to be a doctor at that time, studying amazing biology, and I was
wait,
doing
you
quite
wanted to
well.
be a doctor.
I was going to be a doctor. Yeah, yeah, I was going to be a doctor.
Oh,
You know,
but now you're
and
Dr. Love.
yeah, but the music, I'm happy that where the music took me because I've been places, I've been everywhere. I've done everything. I've had my hands involved in a whole lot of stuff. But I often wondered what would have happened had I pursued that course, because I look back, I'm thinking about the times we're living in now, and everything going on, and I think it probably would have been more effective, if I had done that.
Well,
But
what kind of doctor did you
it
want to
did.
be? Like a medical doctor or
Yeah,
some other kind of?
somebody. Actually, I wanted to work with kids. I wanted to work with kids.
Oh,
Yeah, deal with kids.
a
Yeah,
pediatrician.
that was a passion of mine. Yeah, that's at that time. But now, but don't get it wrong. I'm glad that the music happened. I'm glad that everything went the course it went. So I'm talking
No,
to you.
but at least people will know that that's your other
Yeah,
thing that you
yeah.
plan to do.
My other thing, a lot of cats think that it was all about the music, and I just wanted to just throw that out there that it really wasn't, but it just sort of happened, just
So, what
sort of.
did your family say when you wanted to do music as opposed to going for your doctors? Your
Well,
doctor.
actually, it really they didn't have any kind of problems with it, we it wasn't a thing like they were doctors or we come from a medical family. It was just something that I wanted to do, and then they were supportive. And when I switched lanes, they were supportive of that too. It's just something that I often wonder about. I wonder how it would have been had that happened. But that's You know, need to get another hit right now. But
Well, you
now,
probably would have been a good doctor.
I hope so. I hope so. Maybe I hope so. Yeah, yeah. But
But you
yeah, yeah.
obviously you didn't make the wrong choice because you
No,
came
no,
out
no,
with a
no.
hit.
Yeah,
A hit.
it was great. Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. I enjoyed it. But when it happened, when it happened, when it came about, we did. I was on tour at the time, and I just really just stayed out. I was out for about 4 or 5 years. Just working, just back to back to back to back, just working up. And then we just it just evolved. I just kept working, kept working. And one day I just started doing other things. Yeah.
So so before you brought out your main hit that everybody knows, so did you sing backup or you did anything with
No,
anybody else?
no, nothing like that. Nothing at all. Nah, nah, nah. That was my first introduction to music. All I did up until that point was listen to records. You know,
Okay.
that's it. And looking back now, I wish I had taken more of an interest in the music as I should have, in accordance to where I was, in the whole scheme of things.
Like
But
what? Like you mean like, know about the management, the
oh,
rights and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, and got more invested into it. I really just, to be honest with you, I really just had a ball. I really just had a ball. I went, I didn't take it serious at all. And I had fun. I met my wife. We raised 5 glory, lovely kids, and I had 2 daughters already. So I raised them all together. And I mean, it's just been one great adventure, one big journey. One big, like, one day after one, one thing after the next. You know, but I often
So you met your wife while you were doing your career.
yeah, I met her, and we had a really, really good understanding. She was a teacher, you know, and she wasn't involved in the music at all, which was another reason. She wasn't one of those chicks that was heavily invested in the music business, and wanted to be in one of them out, girl type. She was
You
a
picked
teacher,
somebody out
she brought,
as
like,
opposed to
school.
groupies. You chose
Yeah,
something
she was
else.
academic. She was brilliant. She is brilliant. And that sort of, that sort of played a part too in the early days because um, I was surrounded by a lot of chicks, and the different kinds of chicks, and then I would be with her. You know what I'm saying? And then the difference, the content, it's like day and night. And and that played a part of it too. And even though there were other, I messed up a little bit, and I did some things I shouldn't have done. And there and other women were there were, I kind of, but I never strayed too far because I always understood what it was, what she was, what she represented. So yeah, it was
Somebody was interested in you. They weren't really interested in who you are. This is what you made of.
yeah, yeah, but when I was out with those other chicks, I was out with them, and when I was out with her, we was together. So that was the difference.
So that didn't cause any problems or anything.
Oh, it caused problems, yeah, man.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it caused problems, man. She wasn't having no, she wasn't no punk. It caused problems,
woo.
man. She was. But I dug that about her, man. But even that was, even with the crazy part of it, that she was out of her element doing that because she really wasn't that chick. I really, the music caused me to become something other than what I really should have been, at that time.
So what did it cause you to become?
Uh, just different, different outside of my natural self. A
Okay.
lot of things, just different.
So you played the role.
Yeah, I lived the role. I didn't play it.
You
I
play.
didn't play it. I lived it. No, I'm not in it. No,
You're not playing. No, you lived the role.
for real. I lived. No. I played life and lived the game. You dig what I'm saying? I don't. No, I keep it pimping. No, it was real. And that was part of it too. Because I had to really think about this time now. I was concerned about now then. You know,
Okay.
where I would be. Because a lot of cats that I started out with and rock with hard, they no longer here. You know, and I mean no longer here. And I'm not talking about in stamina like here on this earth. And we walk the same path. And I had to think about that. Because she that's what she brought to me. She brought that kind of clarity. To be
She
responsible.
brought you back to grounded. who orange juice is.
But she brought me the orange juice could be if he wasn't careful, you know. It could be.
If you
And
stepped out of line.
even then I didn't listen like I should have. I'd have been a lot better person had I paid more attention to her, you know.
Okay.
But
But
you
you
know,
had to cultivate that. You had to learn that with your career,
absolutely,
balancing
yeah.
that and
Really,
that.
yeah, really, yeah, I did, and you know, and that along with other issues, other things that were happening, you know, the things that happened occurred during the course of me becoming Orange Juice Jones and maintaining Orange Juice Jones. That just, you know, life changing things that I just had to make decisions on, you know.
So how did you come? Is Orange your name then, right?
Oran is my name. Oran, Oran is my natural. That's my mom's
So
name.
what made you want to just keep your name when you
Because
went
after
into?
this was over, because that when it was all over, I still wanted to be me. You know, I
Okay.
had to still be me when it was done. You know,
Mm.
you
So
know.
what made you want? Okay, so your image, you wore a lot of suits. So what made you come up with that?
Well, at the time, I wanted to change the perspective, the perception of it's the perception is the reality. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really understand uh the every. You know, I wasn't in my reality. The men wore suits.
Mm.
That's what it was. It was suits. They walked at 8 o'clock in the morning. They were dressed. If they was going to the corner store, they was clean as the board of hell straight at 6 o'clock. You know, and
So
it
you
was
had your suits made?
yeah. So yeah, eventually,
Woo!
eventually I had it made. Yeah, because it didn't make sense to spend the same money. I might as well just go buy the material and get it made. You know, a lot of cats.
Well, back then, that's what people did. They went to the material. They went to the
Right,
fabric store and got their
right.
stuff.
Right, we bought material and we had stuff made. You know, that's what it was. That's why when I would see cats, even now I see cats. You know, and apparently, you know, they allegedly millions of dollars. You know, rich. And but you look at the way they're dressed. The lapel is a little bit off, or the cut is a little that doesn't fall right on the break. I mean, it's just, you know. But yeah, we I come. That's where I came from. You know, it wasn't like it was a style or a mentality. You know, in my reality, that's what it was. You know, you when you walked outside, you were on stage. You know, you need to look your best. You know, and in some instances, cats, even on the dog side of things, when cats who were doing things they ought not do, they realized that they were getting a lot of money because their freedom of their life was what they put up in the balance. And if they died, if they got killed in the street, they wanted to be look their best. You know, when
Mm.
staying there, you know, you want to look your best. You know,
Right.
the people looking at you, you want to see, you want them to see, you know, you as you know, fly. You know, I mean, it's a warped. I mean, not warped. It's a morbid perspective, but
Right.
you know, that's what it was. You know, so that was the idea. You know, to just try and look appearances. You know, keep up appearances. You know,
So
above
you
all.
didn't wear no jumpsuits and that.
No, no, I didn't wear jumpsuit. No, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do the jumpsuit thing. You know,
Because I'd be showing out a lot of little too
oh,
much.
baby, look here. I'm trying to tell you, please believe it. You know, believe me. I walked out there with a jumpsuit, baby. You will need a Bible and a seatbelt. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm an old girl's glory, the young girl's pet. The ones don't know me ain't seen nothing yet. You
Oh,
understand? Look here, baby. I keep it pimping. I'm not joking. You know, I'm not joking. But that's I'm joking. I'm playing.
I
But
know, I know,
yeah,
I
you
know.
know, it's all in fun. But you
So
know,
who
not
would you
just the
work? Who
jumpsuit.
did you work with, or because I know you did things by yourself, but
Yeah,
who
no,
would
I've
you
crossed
work
paths
with?
with everybody. I've crossed. You know, let me tell you something. If you ask anybody in this game, Orange Juice Jones,
Hmm.
I've crossed paths with everyone. You know, at one point or another. You know,
Like Morris Day time.
yeah, Mars Day, Jimmy Jante, all them cats, the Minneapolis cats. I touched paths with them. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I did a show at the Prince's spot. You know, and he was
Wow.
and, you know, and we spoke. You know, we spoke. He said hello. You know, it wasn't like anything. It wasn't like he was incredible. You know, he was cordial. He was polite. You know, and I was cool. You know, I was out. It was friends. You know, I'm with even that. You know, I really I should have. I'm not looking back in hindsight. I should have been a little more excited. You know, I should have been. You know, but I was juiced. You know, so I, you know, and so I, in my mind, I was like, you're not realizing that this was. I mean, wow, it's Prince. You know, it's
So
Prince.
Juice, this is the name you gave yourself, Juice?
No, that's the name that I got in college. I went to college in Houston, and
Ooh.
in the South they call you. My initials Oran Jones. My initials OJ. So a lot of cats just call me Juice for short. Which even that was kind of crazy because I believe a lot of things would have a lot of things. There was a few things that I know fell out of pocket because the OJ Simpson trial. You know that. As a cat told me.
You didn't want to be.
Cat came to me, right? And he said, damn, man, yo, timing, man. Damn, you must, yo, man, I feel so bad for you, player. I'm like, what you talking about, man? He said, yo, man, that OJ thing got to be knocking your socks off, man. You know, people confusion and shit. I'm like, I never thought about it, you know? But a couple other cats came to me and said, man, you should change your name, man. Change your name right now. You know, and I'm like, wow.
You can't change your name. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't think it had that much problem. I don't think it had that much.
No.
But it was I don't know, it's just something the cat just threw on me. You know, but now the Juice came out of college. They came out of Texas.
So you giving the juice, meaning the
Juice.
substance.
It wasn't the Juice. It was just Juice for short. You know, OJ Juice. You know,
Okay.
because I didn't play football or nothing. You know, I mean, I wasn't it was just Juice. You know, cats instead of OJ, it was OJ is Juice. You know, you say give me some OJ, give me some juice. You know,
Right.
So that was the word. And Oran being my natural name, a lot of people tagged the GE on the end of it, and it became Orange.
Orange.
Yeah, So I say,
Well, you're wearing an orange sweater today or something.
Yeah, no, this is just I'm just trying to be cool. I'm trying to got the dog.
Yes.
I got my little great thing going on. I'm trying to be, trying to, coordinate.
So, so we're gonna take you back. We're gonna take you back.
Yeah,
The Rain, the song "The Rain."
The Rain.
What made you want to come up with that song?
Well, I couldn't do it all, so I figured I'd do it first. You dig? The Rain, the attitude associated with that song, with infidelity, infidelity, with men, women, and men.
It could be both, but this one was the woman.
Yeah, it was a woman. It was a woman. Yeah, but usually those situations become violent. They have a tendency to become violent.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to just. Here, you want to get done? That's what I wanted. I wanted to address. The I wanted to change that. I wanted to flip that dynamic. And just make it cool, make it something. Something, suave bolo. You dig something fly, and that's where it went. That's where it went. What would I do in that situation if that really happened to me? How would I respond? How would I react?
Well, you have a big following for that. A lot of people followed you.
Yeah, it became.
I went to work today.
Yeah,
I went to work today too to find out what you're doing.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you back? You back again? It became because it's an alternative. It was an alternative response. You ain't got to be violent, man. You don't have to get become an animal and get all bent out of shape and all. I mean, it's not a relationship. It's not supposed to be that way between men and women. You know what I'm saying? When you meet a man, you're very happy.
Yes.
You're very agreeable. Everything is lovely. When you break up, it should be the same way. It should be the same way because it's not the end of something that was, it's the beginning of something that is to be. You dig what I'm saying? You're actually doing each other a favor, not occupying each other.
I don't think that was very amicable. You cut off the woman credit card. You cut off the woman. Everything that she bought, you took it back.
No, not that she bought. Everything that I gave her. Everything
that you gave. That you gave her. You took it back.
Well, yeah. She had been treasonous. Yeah. Took it back. Just like she took back the trust, and she took back the love, and she took all that back from me. She took it from me. So I took that, and that was gone. So I took what what was mine, right, for me. I mean, fair exchange is no robbery. You know, it was a good thing. You know, it was an alternative. Like I said, a lot of cats they adopted that as opposed to the alternative, which is, you know, we know what that is. You know,
Oh,
you
wait, no, that ain't
don't
happening.
want
Not
that.
gonna be.
You don't want that. Right? You don't want, but it gets to that.
They
You
can,
know,
yeah,
it
yeah, it
can. You
does.
know, so that's what it was.
It's
It was
best to be like that. Just move
right.
out. It was your house, so in the song, it was your house, and
Yeah.
then she had to leave.
You had to go. You know, yeah, you go. You know, be gone.
It's
You know.
too bad that that time they didn't have the phone where you could took a picture.
Right. No, no, this was before all of that. You know. And you know, everybody who came after that, all the other artists who came after that, they went that direction too. Just go, just go. You know, cats are filming it now. I think they're putting women, their girlfriends out and filming it now. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think. You know, wow. That's,
but everybody was dancing, and you got some smooth moves. So did you
yeah.
learn that compilation to do your dance moves like that, or?
Well, you know, I mean, I watched, you know, I watched a little bit of Soul Train, you know, and I had a little bit of, you know, I mean, it's a little bit Orange Juice Jones in every man, but since I am Orange Juice Jones, there's a little bit more in me. That's all, you know. But yeah,
in those shoes that used to hurt your feet, the men's feet used to hurt back then.
not mine. I had my shoes made. I got the shoes made. They didn't hurt my feet. I couldn't handle them.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, that's you know actually you know when you and I don't know if they if in manhood training you know that's how you get dressed. Did you know I mean you're a woman so you know that you know that's where you begin to get dressed. You buy your shoes first,
Uh-huh.
right? That's you your shoes is that's what comes first. That's and then the suit and then the shirt and then you from the ground up. You dig what I'm saying? So the shoes
And
very
you had to
important.
press your own clothes back then too with the iron.
Well, yeah, no, I had, you know, I had help with that, you know. So I had help with that, you know. I was pimping at the time, you know. It's before my wife. It's before my wife.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I was pimping
Uh-huh.
at the time, so I had help with that. You know, I never really struggled with that sort of thing, you know, like that sort of stuff. You
Wow.
know, I learned a lot
We're
about
taking
women
we're
too.
taking you back. We're taking you back through.
Yeah, back to short pants days, back to short pants days. Yeah,
So
but
did you work with like the SOS band? Did you met them
I
and
did
or
shows with
the
those
Earth,
cats.
Wind
Yeah,
and Fire?
I did shows with no, not I didn't do any shows with them. I met them. I met them
Mm-hmm.
at I think I met the one who Maurice. I met him.
Maurice, yeah.
Maurice. I met him briefly. Uh, uh and I met his I think it's his brother, the bass player. I think
Okay.
Berdine, I think it's his Berdine. I met him briefly also. You know, he left an impression. He was the most intelligent, very intelligent cat. I forget what we were talking about. It was something crazy. And nothing that he would probably remember. Nothing. I don't even remember it. But what I do remember was that I remember saying to myself, "This is an incredibly intelligent brother. I wish I had more time to spend just talking with him." You know, but that's what yeah. But SOS, yeah, I did shows with them. We did tours. We did a couple of tours.
Oh, you
We
did
did a lot
tours
of
with
dates.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
with her and Anita Baker. Yeah, I mean, early Jeffrey Osborne's the cat that really brought me onto that. You know, he's the one. That's my first
Wow.
tour. Jeffrey Osborne and Anita Baker, first tour I ever did, and there was a bunch after that. It wasn't like I did whole tours. What I did was, I did a lot of spot dates. You know what I'm saying? I bounced around a lot. You know, and I stayed in Europe a lot. You know, which even then
Mm-hmm.
was a mistake. I should have really stayed over here more, you know. But I was young at the time. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to get out and just see what it was beyond New York, beyond Manhattan, beyond Houston. I wanted to see what was out there, you know. So that yeah, that was that and that part of it was satisfied. The music satisfied that part of it, immensely.
So, what made you? So when people come and address you, did they start singing "I saw you" coming up to you like that,
That
or they
no,
didn't really?
actually,
You
I'm
know.
gonna tell you something, and they only do that on this side of the water. On across the water in other places, parts of the world, there's other music that I perform that people no, when they sing, they approach me with night with the records, and they only over here, over here. Yeah, just the rain. That's
Well,
it.
that
Just the
made a
rain.
big impact on people, and that shaped
Well,
a
it
lot
was,
of people's
it was,
lives.
yeah, it was the record had legs. I'm definitely that's true, but it was a lot had to do with the circumstance and the situation I was in. Also,
Mm-hmm.
the music business over here was I mean it's just gangster, you know. It's just gangster, you know. And if you really not,
What do you mean by gangster? They just take you
I
over,
mean,
or they
it had to be
just
no, not take it over because you know I ain't you know I got guns too. I wasn't no punk, but it was like it was. I don't mean gangster in the
no
sense of,
fun?
of a street thing. I could have dealt with that. I'm not. That's
Okay.
unfortunately that's unfortunate that I could have dealt with that. But I know I'm talking about just in another. I wasn't really prepared for this industry as far as the business part of it. You know what I'm saying? The business of it. I was the business. It's the music business, but it's actually the business of music. You know, and I wasn't really, and a lot of money, and a lot of time, a lot of exposure, a lot of celebrity, a lot of momentum. I lost because I got caught up in the politics
Mm.
of this business. But I learned a lot, you know, and it's strange too because you wonder why you go through things, and you gotta get down now, man. You can become a nuisance. You wonder why you go through things, and Glea,
Mm.
you wonder why you go through things, and you say to yourself that this is just why oh my God, what is happening? And then years later you realize why you went through them, why you all like I said, I would the rain is don't only on this side they know about the rain, but like in other parts of the world it's a catalog that people different songs, a bunch of different songs. But like I said, I got caught up in the politics on this side, and it was unfortunate that happened. But like I said, I learned because my daughter is now she just signed a deal with a label, and
Wow.
she's amazing. Her name's Perry Jones. I would talk about it later on, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but a lot of the things that she is being presented with, I'm able to help her bypass as a result of understand
So you got your little thumb in it.
to me, huh?
You got your thumb on her.
Yeah, my thumb, my hand, my foot, everything. And my wife got both hands on.
Y'all ain't touching.
Yeah,
Y'all ain't bothering this girl here.
we're all yeah. No, no, it's not really y'all. Let's stay away. It's not really that. It's
Yeah,
really
no, not like that, but just
empowering
the
her.
business.
It's empowering her. You know.
Yes.
See, the reason people don't get what they want is because they don't know what to ask for. That's why people don't get what they want. They don't know what to ask for. They don't
Mm.
know what they have because they don't know what to look for. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? If you don't know where you've been, then you can't appreciate where you are. And how can you plan for where you're going? It's all important. The whole you have to, and the pitfalls and the potholes that I experienced and the tragedy, the crazy shit that I experienced before. The reason for me to experience it is and go through it is so that I could help her, give her the
Yes.
insight to avoid them, to avoid it, and that's what it was for. God, it works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. So, what could you tell somebody who's coming up in the industry today? What advice could you give them?
Okay, when you wind up making your mind up, at that point you will find up instead of down.
Okay.
That's the advice I would give.
Right.
No, this,
That's
yeah,
powerful.
yeah. When you wind up making your mind up, at that point you will find up instead of down. You know, I can't. For people, a lot of people do that. Say, well, I never give my opinion and I never give my
Mm-hmm.
advice because it's my opinion and my advice, and I don't think it's that really that. I don't think it's that important. I don't think it's that important. But I think what I do try to provide when given the opportunity is and it is a perspective that whomever I'm addressing, not don't take this is not the truth. This is my truth, and I want you to take my truth and apply it to your situation if it works as
Right.
as an option,
Not
not
as a
as
template.
a template, right? As an option, you know, and so I mean, and if it's kind of hard to give a person 60 years in 60 minutes, but I try to do it every opportunity I can,
Well,
I
you're doing pretty good.
well, I'm trying, but
So
yeah,
did you travel with an entourage?
yeah, I traveled with a bunch of cats. I traveled with a band, 3 singers, road manager, maybe, yeah, yeah, but four, 5, 6, 7, 8, but took 12 people. 12 people.
Wow.
Being the whole depth. No, you know what? It wasn't just me. It was, see, that's enough. That we were going through it's a political thing that was happening. People don't even realize that outside of the rain, people know the rain and the oranges don't know the rain, but they don't really realize that we existed. And when I say we, I'm talking about me, Orange Juice Jones. It was a cat, Tayshawn. He had Black Man Save the Family. I mean, music that was relevant
Right.
years ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Allison Williams. You know what I'm saying? She had Just Call My Name. You had Chuck Stanley. There was a group called the Black Flames. There was a group called the Black Flames. Now what happened was, I'm gonna tell you the story. Now, nobody don't know this, and they and
Okay.
now this is the real deal. Now I don't know. This it's kind of explosive. Well, maybe not that explosive, but no one's ever heard this. And if you ask somebody about this, they would probably deny it. Anybody you ask will deny it. But they ain't gonna really. But I'm gonna say it. And probably Andre. There was a cat. I won't say. Oh, I shouldn't say. Damn, I said Andre. Anyway, Andre worked over at Def Jam for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went over to Def Jam, he went over to Uptown, right? A lot of those groups that came out of Uptown, like 112, and he took a lot of the concepts that was over at Def Jam on a label called OBR, right? OBR. Def Jam had a label called OBR, Original Black Records. That's the label I was on. Allison Williams, Chuck Stanley, Tayshawn, the Black Flames, Newkirk. There was a couple, it was on that label. Now, this cat, it wasn't just him, it was a bunch of kids, but he went over. So now I don't think Andre did it because I to be honest with you, Andre Harrell was a cool cat.
Right.
It was a nice guy. I introduced him to Russell, and that's when it really started for him, I think. But he was a nice guy. He was cool. We was roommates for a while, for a minute, a hot minute. but then for a hot minute, I was getting ready to do something. It's amazing that we something happened. I got thrown out somewhere, and we was hanging out. And he said, "Man, you crashed over here." And I said, "Okay, I'm only gonna be here for like a couple of days." I think it wanted to be like a couple of weeks, almost a month maybe. But during the course of that, I was. He had extended that much time to me. I didn't physically stay. It was only a couple of days. Then I met my wife at a club the next day, but she wasn't my wife then. She was just a chick that I just met. She wasn't wife till later on, years later. But and then when I met her, right, I moved out because I wanted to get a spot closer to her. So I went and got another spot. So we was only roommates for a hot minute. But when he went over to Uptown, man, I believe he took all those concepts, over there, and he made other groups, that had the same concept as the groups that was on OBR, and that it was a lot, it was like 112. There was the crew called the Black Flames, and then Allison was over on Def Jam, and he took the concept. I mean, I think he made Mary J. Blige. He made her.
Mm,
But she would have been. She was amazing. She would have been. I mean, I never met her either, but I'm just based on her talent. She's just an incredible chick. Young lady. But Allison Williams was. That. I mean, it's like everything that was. All nobody really remembered. Those cats didn't really get the shine that they should have got.
wow.
You know. So that's that was just a tragedy. How did we start talking about this?
That's what happened. It's real life matters. People want it. We want to know you. So I know people probably ask me, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, can you ask him? Can you ask Oran Juice to sing a little bit of the song?"
Oh, baby, come on.
Oh God! I just afraid because
Yeah.
the viewers are gonna go, Lord have mercy. You didn't ask him that.
It wasn't the same. What made that song was the monologue.
Yes, I
The
know.
monologue on the end. That's what made, because the song, anybody
But you could just take one of the monologues or a couple
but
of
the mom's,
monologues.
hey, let me tell you, hey, baby, how you doing? Come on in here. I got some hot chocolate on the stove waiting for you. Listen, first things first, let me hang up that coat. How's your day today, baby? Did you miss me? Oh, you did. Well, I missed you too. I missed you so much, I followed you today. Now close your mouth, 'cause you cold busted, baby. Sit down here and so upset with you. I don't know what to do. My love. Yeah,
And we
yeah,
love it too. We love
it
it.
was cool. It was just fun to
It
do.
still sounds good. It's
It's
better with more than fine wine. This is orange juice at its best right there.
Oh, baby, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. We can do a blues album, a little blues. I'm not nothing real big fanfare, but I'll send you a
Okay.
copy. I'll send you a copy. But it's just something to do. I'm gonna link up with these cats, and they want to get together, and we do a little blues album, and we go down through the South and just gig a little bit. Just to bring, just to reminisce. Not to get rich and or make
So
no.
you're just gonna ad lib, or what are you gonna do? You heard of
No,
ad lib?
I'm gonna actually sing a couple of songs. I'm gonna actually do some things. Do some original songs. And like I said, it's a blues album. Just dun 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 dun. My baby left me. Dun, dun, baby, come on.
They will come on down
Yeah,
there.
we just gonna have some fun. I'm gonna do the rain over too. I'm gonna do the rain. Dun 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 dun. Tossing and turning. Dun 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 dun. Another sleepless night. So I'm bugging. I go with it.
No,
I'm
it's
just gonna have
good.
fun.
No, it's good.
I'm
So
having fun.
so
Yeah, I'm just gonna have
you're
fun.
having a good time. That's
I'm
all.
just having
That's
at
all.
this
That's all.
point in life.
Hey,
I'm just having a
people,
good
you're
time.
getting to see the Orange Juice Jones here live. You're gonna see who he was. You don't see him just doing that song, The Rain.
Nah,
Now
we
you
gonna do
know
our
that he's
thing.
more
Yeah,
behind him.
yeah. No, we just
That's some
having a good
juice.
time. We just having at this point in life. You know what? All I want to do, I want to enjoy. You dig what I'm saying? I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy my wife, my kids, my grandkids. I want to enjoy you. I enjoy this. I just want to.
Thank you.
I just want to.
No, but you're coming. You're welcome to come back anytime because I want to know about when you're breaking out that
I want to
jazz
bring my
thing.
daughter back. I want to bring my daughter back. I want to bring Perry Jones. Perry Jones. Believe it. Remember that name.
Yes.
She's not seriously. She's gonna be huge. She's gonna be huge.
Oh, well, look at you.
No, I mean she's gonna eclipse me, and
She's gonna pass you, surpass you.
Yeah, man, yeah, for sure. I'm sort of like the people's champ.
So
Yeah.
you have been, have you acted or are you looking to do anything?
Yeah, I did a couple of little small parts before. I did a little thing in Malcolm X, little small bit parts. But you know what I'm doing? I think I'm writing a script now. I'm writing a script. It's about grown folks talking. It's about people who, in the twilight years of their life, they find love for the first time, or commitment, or whatever was missing out of their life. What was missing, they find it.
In
at
the latter years.
Latter years, and even though their approach to that it may be a bit different, the impact of it is the same. It's always the same. So I'm having fun with that right now. I got a little podcast going on about
So are you in it? Are you in it, or you wrote?
Yeah,
you wrote
well, I'm just writing it now. I'm hopefully I want it. I'd like to be in it. I like to be in it.
You better script your wife in there.
No, yeah, but believe me, she's part of everyday life. She's part of yeah, she's cool. Believe me, she's in it. You know, her essence is in it. You know, but yeah, I'm just waiting to see what comes next. You know, I got a couple I just did a couple commercials. I'm gonna see if they air, and I'm doing a play. You know, I'm doing a play in Philly.
Wow.
Yes, that's gonna run. I think he said it's about 4 months. You know, so for the next 4 months, I'll be employed. You know, so
Well, you're
you know.
not you're not struggling or anything. You look like
No,
you're
no, no,
pretty
no, no,
relaxed.
no. I would never. No, 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 nothing like that. Everything is good. Everything is great. Really, really, it's
So you
better
play
than I thought.
musical instruments or no?
I play enough to get my point across. You know, if I was writing something and I had to get a note, you know, I could pick up this
Okay.
guitar and
Yeah,
I
that's
could,
what I was looking at.
you know,
So, I didn't know if it
just a
was for
little,
show or
but
you did it.
not enough to call myself a musician. Not that much. My daughter does.
Okay.
My daughter plays like that,
Wow.
I know my I have friends, you know, family that are actual musicians. You know, so
Okay.
but I hunt and peck. You know, I just you know I don't really. But I aspire to be one. I would like to one day before it's over. You know, I think everybody should learn how to play an instrument. You know, something. You know,
Well,
I can play a
sometimes
recorder.
sometimes you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, something. You know, yeah.
So
But
what's your most memorable moment that you've had in your career?
most memorable moment. Uh, most memorable moment. Let me give me a moment because I really want. I really because it's been a few. There's been a
Well,
few.
you can mention them.
Uh, well, a couple of them I got. Yeah, but oh, you know what? I tell you, yeah, I know it was. I know it was, and it wasn't even far away. It was at a club. Yeah, I know exactly what it was. I know exactly when it was. It wasn't even like not nothing even exotic. It was a club in Manhattan called the Red Parrot. Um,
Okay.
and I was performing there, and I was singing the song. I was singing a bunch of. I was singing a ballad at the time. I think "You Can't Hide from Love" or something. Uh,
You can't hide from love.
Yeah, I was singing the band. It was really and it was I was really at the top of my game at that point, and the band was fly, it was cool, and it was a bunch of amazing like the women. It was just and I was looking and I was and then this one girl came up and she had Down syndrome
Hmm.
and she was with the another young lady that was handling her. That was and she was looking at me, and she was waving, and she was and the girl that was with her was trying to put her hand down, pull her hand down,
Hmm.
not to draw too much attention to herself. I
Right.
imagine I don't know, but she kept, and she had down, and I looked at her, and in that instant, the whole show, the rest of the show was dedicated to her.
Wow.
The rest of the show, and then after that, you know, I, for some reason, and I don't until this day, I really can't. I really don't know why, but I looked at her, and even with, I mean, she had Down syndrome, and I mean, the forehead was, I mean, she was in a bad shape. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not saying, but
Yeah.
but I looked in her eyes, baby. She was she was so happy.
Mm.
I mean, she was happy. And I thought to myself, I said, Miss, I look at her. I'm saying, I know life got to be hard for her. And she was happy. And in that moment, I thought, I don't, it's something just snapped in me. And
Wow.
I don't, to this day, in front of God, that was the most, I will carry that with me
To the
I
last.
felt so satisfied. I felt I felt so good giving this my attention, my undivided attention in front of all. It must have been about three, about uh uh, about 20 about 2,000 people. No, it wasn't that, about 1,500 people maybe.
Hmm.
A thousand for sure. Maybe about 1,000. You know. And now I'm talking about outside. Inside the club was packed, but outside it was.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, but my undivided attention for that whole set, for the rest of that set, and that must have been that's about a 45-minute set. You know,
Mm,
it was to her. I remember the owners, I think they wanted to say something, but it didn't matter. You know,
mm.
I felt so satisfied after that show. It was the most satisfying show I've ever in my life. And it was a crowded room, and I was singing to one person.
So,
And
what kind of legacy do you want to leave when you transition on?
now I'm living forever, baby. I decided I'm not going away. I thought about it. I gave it some thought because I'm occupying space, and I figured, let me just, give somebody some room, make room. But then, I figured, uh, nah, yeah, I'm gonna stay.
You going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna give it, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. The whole thing. So I'm gonna do another 60 years.
All right. So, there any shout outs that you want to tell people and give them credit for, or something like that?
It's, no, what I like to do is I, everyone who is doing anything, I want they deserve a shout out because it's so easy just to do nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy just to sit there and just be. If you make a move toward anything that's positive for you or anybody else, you've done a great thing. And that's a shout out to everybody. Anybody who's doing something for somebody, that can't will never be able to repay them. If you're doing something for somebody that there's no way in the world they'll ever be able to return that favor. I'm shouting out to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something motivated simply by the fact that you can do it, not whether you can afford. I can do this. I'm doing it. Whether that person deserves it or whether they earned it or whether I can do something for someone and I can do it simply because I can. If you're that cat, I'm shouting out to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Wow.
I'm shouting out. And I'm shouting out
Well,
to you. I'm shouting out to you, DBoss, for
thank you.
giving me a platform and old school cats like me. You dig what I'm saying?
Well, everybody likes you. Trust me. I don't know anybody. I don't know nobody.
Now you be hard pressed, baby. I played it straight. I tried to do it the right way, so it's cool.
Well, so many people respect you and your craft, and you stuck with it right through, like a lot of the other R&B and different people, but you stuck with this right through, and you're here.
It. You gotta maintain it.
And you're not retiring. That's not word. That's not for you.
Black people don't retire. We don't retire. We inspire. We don't retire. We inspire. Nah, we can't go nowhere. We always here, baby. Wherever we are, that's where we at. But nah, I'm gonna be as long as I can. Yeah.
So so when you're in 2022. So you're gonna be doing jazz. What else?
Yeah, I'm gonna do blues, not jazz.
Blues. Okay, blues.
Blues album. We're gonna do a blues album, and it's interesting. And I will send you a copy, and I will contact you.
Yes, please do.
Right at the right.
Are you doing a vinyl one, or are you doing?
Yeah, vinyl for sure. Vinyl.
Okay, yeah. Another girl, she did vinyl too. This other lady, it was really nice. It was clear.
Yeah, but I think one vinyl sale is worth like something like 2 million streams or something, or it's equivalent.
Wow.
One sale of vinyl, 2 million or 2 billion streams, a crazy amount of streams.
Yes.
So yeah, we're doing vinyl for sure. We're gonna do vinyl, and I'm trying to revitalize the chitlin circuit. We're trying to go back to that. Go to the chitlin circuit and revitalize that. So I'm hopefully it'll work. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be a really cool thing to.
Well, no one would realize that you're such a nice, humble person.
I can't be. I've always been. Yeah, you can't. It's hard to be anything other than. But like I say, it's because of people like you that provide a platform for people like me. to talk to folks and let them know, what the
Yeah,
real,
let you
what
know
the real
who
feel,
you are. We
the
see
real
you on
talk
doing
is.
your performing. We don't see you off the stage. We don't see
Yeah,
you off
right,
what
right,
you're doing.
right.
That's the person that they want to see. They want to know Oran.
Yeah, well, all I'm doing off stage, I'm tending my garden. I'm trying to stay involved in the dreams and the visions of the people that I care about, and try to help them realize that, realize those that purpose, their purpose. You know, it's
Well, you
about
sure
service at
are.
this point. It's about really about service at this point. Isn't that strange? And when you're very young, your life is one of consumption. And
Mhm.
as you grow older, it becomes one of service. As you get older, people, people, I don't know everybody, but for the most part, I would like to believe that people, you tend to realize that as you when you're younger, you want to get, I got to get it, I got to make it, I got to. And then when you get older, you realize that the real getting in life is a direct result of your giving. You know,
Yes.
you realize that, and it's amazing flip, because that one, from consuming everything to wanting to extend yourself, and however you can, to try and stack a blessing. You know, it's just amazing, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to really find a way to involve myself in the aspirations of other people, you know, and maybe find some kind of salvation for myself in the process.
All right. Well, I'm telling you, it's been an honor,
The
and
honor's
I'm
been
so.
mine. The honor's been mine. The privilege has been mine, and the pleasure has been mine. Thank you so very much for the
And I
platform.
waited to see your daughter. You
Yes,
know.
yes, yes.
Oh my
Very Jones.
gosh.
She's amazing. She's honing her craft now. She's
Yes.
she's becoming who she's going to be at the time
Right.
when perception is the reality in this business.
Right.
So you don't want to be present yourself before you prepare. She's preparing herself now. So that because you only get one shot to make a first impression.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. In this
So I
industry.
want hers to be amazing. And
Well,
God willing,
well,
she will.
she will have it, and you don't sign off. Don't sign off. I want to talk to you a little bit just
Okay,
after the
okay.
thing. So I do want to thank you, Orange Juice Jones.
Thank
Follow him.
you.
Everybody can
Thank
find
you.
him. They know his
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
The Rain. You can't hide from love.
Hey, look,
Here
on
I
these
go
other things,
again.
there's a lot of other songs. So,
Yes, that's not just the only song because
yeah,
everybody just
yeah.
relates to him. He has a lot of music, people.
There's a
So
lot of
go and
music.
listen
A
to
lot of
the other
music.
music
Yeah,
too,
to
which
the
I
other
do.
music. Yeah, yeah. Keep it pimping. Keep it pimping. Yeah.
And now he's doing a blues. So
Yeah, no,
we
the
got
blue
more
side.
to
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
from Orange Juice Jones, and I can't wait for that one.
I'll
And you're
send
gonna
it to
come
you, man.
back,
I'll
and you
make sure
will
you
come
got it.
back and tell us
I
about
will.
that, and you can bring
Thank
some of your
you.
the other people that are
Yes,
in that album.
I will. I will. Thank you. Yes, I will. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So everybody, thank the viewers tonight for watching.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
saw
Thank you for being
Orange
there.
Juice Jones up
I see you,
there and
sir.
personal. Yes, he had his doggy there, but you know what? The dog left.
Yeah, he had to go. Doggone.
The
Doggone.
dog gone. The dog had to leave. He
Yeah,
said it's enough.
yeah. That's
All
trying to
right,
itch.
so everybody,
Take
so bye for now.
care. Bye bye.